sabayan mo.
Hi, my name is Daiben Sulit, and I'm going to talk about a microprocessor. Its word size. In Wikipedia, word size is the number of bits that a CPU can process at one at a time. Processors with many different word size have existed throughout the years. Powers to 2, 8, 16, 32, 64 have been predominant in many years. So basically, it refers to the number of bits processed by a CPU in one go. Next, we have a multi-core. Multi-core processor is an integrated circuit to which two or more processors have been attached for enhanced performance, reduced power consumption, and more efficient simultaneous process. A dual-core setup is somewhat comparable to having multiple separate processors installed in the same computer. But because of two processors are actually plugged into the same socket, the connection between them is much more faster. Next, we have the clock speed, or clock rate, the speed at which a microprocessor executes instructions. Every computer contains an internal clock that regulates the rate at which instructions are executed and synchronize all various computer components. The CPU requires a fixed number of clock ticks to execute each instruction. The faster the clock, the more instructions the CPU can execute per second.
Hey Chuahu, I'm here to explain about the computer lessons. So, let's talk about CPU cache. CPU cache is a hardware used by the central processing unit of a computer to reduce the average cost to access the data from the main memory. The cache is smaller, faster memory which stores copies of the data from frequently used main memory locations. Most CPUs have different independent caches, including instruction and data caches, where the data cache is usually organized as a hierarchy of more cache levels. Next is the execution of instructions, the process of carrying out instruction by a computer. First, serial, which is the simplest of one of all. It's when your instructions are executed in the same order that they appear in your program, without repeating or skipping any instructions from the sequence. Second, the parallelism. Parallelism means the processor decided at runtime which instructions to execute in parallel. Third, the pipelining, where the execution of multiple instructions can be partially overlapped. Lastly, overlocking or overclocking is a popular technique for getting a little performance boost from your system without purchasing any additional hardware. Because of the performance boost overclocking, it's very popular among hardcore daily gamers. Most times, overclocking will result in a performance boost of 10% or less. For example, a computer with an Intel Pentium processor running at 1050 mHz processor by increasing the bus speed on the motherboard. Overclocking will not always have the exact same results. Two identical systems being overclocked most likely will not produce the same results. One will usually always overclock better than the other. Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
Bomba! Bomba! Sabayan mo!